everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Thank you so much for joining me today for a scrapbook process video. This one is a Scraplift. You saw very quickly a sketch that I had drawn based on something that I had seen from my Pinterest scrapbook and cards board. I will have that linked below so you can go check out all of the great crafters and scrapbookers who have inspired me there. And I believe this layout is inspired by Stamp with Heart. And it seems like a simple layout, but again, because when you're scraplifting or working with the sketch, you can change it up however you want. So there were strips of paper behind 3 small photos, and in order for me to get the small photos, I used my Canon mini printer and printed out 2x3 photos on photo sticker paper, which is like the greatest thing ever. And so I'm going to make 3 paper strips using that, I think that's Bella Boulevard Candy Girl paper. I think that's what it is. It's got soda bottles on one side, but I don't want soda bottles. I wanted the colored paper strips. So I am sticking them down, adhering them down. I could have just kept the strips together. I cut them up individually, and actually, wait for it, this is all part of the process. I realized later on that I didn't want to adhere them straight down like that. I wanted the colors to be a little off, a little different, have red in one at the top of one, but then the red shows up at the bottom of the other. Anyway, I realized my mistake pretty soon, I think. I don't go too far, but yeah, I have to rip it all up, which you'll see. But again, like I said, that's part of the process. So before I go too much farther talking about this layout, I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel so far. I feel like each week I keep getting newer subscribers, which is so great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so by clicking that subscribe button so you don't miss out on scrapbook process videos, scrapbook hauls, and all other kinds of crafty goodness. And give this video a thumbs up like. And leave me a comment below. And let's see, when is this video going live? Let me know what you've been doing this summer. Have you had time to do scrapbooking stuff, or has the summer been crazy busy and you just haven't really, you've gotten a little bit behind? Let me know in the comments. So it seems like, here's where I figure it out. So yeah, so I have to carefully peel that up. The adhesive squares that I use are permanent. That's what they're labeled as. You can buy repositionable, and I used to buy those. I feel like I haven't seen them in a while, or at least the places that I buy them don't have them. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm not looking in the right stores, but they used to make repositionable adhesive squares. No big deal, because as long as you're pretty careful, it all peels up okay from the adhesive squares, the paper does. It also really depends on the paper. If you've got a thicker cardstock, it's going to peel up a little bit easier than a thinner, like a thinner, almost like computer paper type of paper. And I've gotten paper like that before, usually from Michael's. And that's because like their paper pads are just cheap. And so the quality of the paper isn't as good as, one of the bigger manufacturers. So, and I'm sorry this is blurry. Sometimes I get into, it's kind of like, it depends on how the camera reads the pattern. So there is a pattern paper behind it, and I can't actually tell what the pattern is, but it's a pink pattern with little like dots on it. I wanted something that wasn't going to be too busy, because I really wanted the bright colors of these stripes to stand out. And you could also do this on a white cardstock background and then do like a little bit of mixed media behind your paper strips if you wanted to. There are lots of different ways you could do it. So I'm putting down my stickers so that they cover the seam between the 2 colors of paper stripes. Because I don't really want that to show too much. And somehow, even though I measured everything, somehow, maybe it's when I take the paper backing off the photos, they're not as wide as the paper strips. It happens sometimes. You measure things, you do everything right, and then you're putting things down on the page and you're like, wait a second, so this isn't right. But that's okay. It's fine. It almost makes it look like the photos are a little bit matted by the paper strips, so that's fine. And these are a series of photos of my daughter with a guitar, not a real one. We had the game Rock Band, or it might be, I think it's the Rock Band one, not the Guitar Hero one. We actually had both games. And of course that was, 10 years ago. We really enjoyed playing it, and we still have the pieces like sitting out by the TV downstairs. And of course, my daughter, any toddler preschooler is going to be enchanted by big things and want to see what mom and dad have. So she loves this guitar. She pretends to play it. And there was just one morning where she just picked it up and was walking around the kitchen in her pajamas, and I took a picture of her with it. And then like the next 2 mornings, she had it again and wanted me to take her picture. So I have this series of 3 photos, and I just thought it was perfect to go along with this sketch. I am using product from the July Best of Both Worlds kit from Chamel. I went through that kit really quickly. I actually started using the July kit before Chamel started using the July kit. So by the time we got around to the beginning of July, my kit was pretty much down to like the scraps. Not gonna lie. I just couldn't wait. I was all out of like June supplies, and sadly, I don't really have a big scrapbook stash. I have a lot of like scraps, but I don't just have unused 12 by 12 pieces of paper. I don't know what's wrong with me. What has happened? What has happened that I've used up like all of my stash? I need to rectify that. People need to start giving me scrapbook stuff for my birthday and Christmas. Hint, hint, everyone. I'm actually thinking of doing a blog post about some really great scrapbook gift ideas for the scrapbooker in your life. So if you have some ideas for things that would be really great, and everybody has a different style, and you'll see, I have my style you've seen from my process videos. Some of the other crafters that I follow that you've probably seen on YouTube, they might have something different. So I think it's hard to buy specifics like a paper collection or embellishments, but I feel like there are tools and other like maybe not fun stuff that would make great gifts for a scrapbooker, so that the scrapbooker could then spend her or his or her money on the fun stuff. Anyway, let me know if you have some ideas in the comments, and hopefully I'll get that blog post up soon. I haven't been blogging much because I just haven't been feeling like it. So I've been scrapbooking instead. So what I did here was I took what was a paper strip. I think it was from the Paige Evans Wonder Collection, and I fussy cut the little banner. It's like a half circle banner, very colorful. I just fussy cut that out because I liked that better than the like regular paper strip. And then up at the top, I'm just creating a little cluster on the diagonal using some old Studio Tech Direct from last summer and an Alta New. I think that's an Alta New embellishment die cut from that pack, I think. And then the guitar is from a Pink Fresh Studio ephemera pack, and I'm just adding a couple extra bits from Amy Tangerine. I believe it was Brave and Bold. There's like some red lips. I was kind of trying to go with like the same color scheme of the reds and pinks, so pulling things that were all part of that color scheme there. Just trying to again make a cluster going along the diagonal. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. And as you can see, I'm trying to figure out a good title. And my problem with titles is that I never have enough alpha stickers. I feel like manufacturers should make sheets, the regular alpha sticker sheets that they do, and then make extras that are vowels only, because I'm always running out of E's. I'm actually always running out of T's. They need to have like a Wheel of Fortune pack, where it's all extra, like RSTLNE, right? That would be so great. Maybe that would be a great like branding opportunity for Wheel of Fortune, right? Anyway, or I'll just call it the Wheel of Fortune pack. We need extra letters, but I don't want to have to buy a whole pack because I don't need extra Q's and Z's. I just need the extra Wheel of Fortune letters, RSTLNE. And I know those because I did just watch Wheel of Fortune last night. However, fun story, not anything to do with scrapbooking, and I think this video is getting close to being done, so you don't have to listen to me go on too much longer, but I actually auditioned to be on Wheel of Fortune once in New York, and you have to send in like a video of yourself, and then I was asked to come to the in-person interview, and I tried to solve a puzzle, and I got it wrong. I don't know if that kept me out of it. They said that they could pick some people from the group. There were like different groups that they had in different sessions, or they might pick nobody. They might pick nobody at all. It just doesn't, you don't know. But obviously I was not picked, and I was so bummed because I was really hoping to go on the show and win some money. But anyway, so we kind of like stopped watching Wheel of Fortune for a while after that because we were a little ticked. But it is still fun to watch, and I do love the challenge of trying to solve the puzzles. And maybe again in the future I'll audition again and we'll see what happens. So I've got my little cluster there with some Pink Fresh. One of the things has a little music note on it, which is perfect for this because my kid's pretending to play music. And I did come up with a title using 2 sets of American Crafts thickers. And so I called this one Guitar Goddess because that's kind of what she is. And then I did end up having a little journaling spot, which is perfect for me to put the journaling. Sometimes I don't have journaling spots, and I do sometimes struggle just to write the journaling somewhere, especially if it's on pattern, like lots of pattern paper around. I like journaling spots. Do you guys like journaling spots, or just kind of journal wherever? I know some people don't put the journaling on the front of the page. They put it on the back. If that's you, let me know what your preference is. Or if you don't hand journal at all. I love the look of like a typed journaling, but I don't have one of those like cool typewriters, and I don't want to have to figure out like the math of the sizing of printing out on like a journaling square or something. I just don't want to do that. So I don't. And now I'm just adding some extra sparkle with some sequins from a pink sequin mix that I got many years ago at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. I sure hope that that comes back in person. I think this year they've done 2 shows. I'm not sure if they're gonna do any more, but maybe in 2022 they can get back to doing an in-person show near me or near you too, because I really loved that show and all the classes. It was really great. So this is pretty much done. I'm going to say it one more time. If you haven't subscribed already, please click that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. And that's about it. So the close-ups are going to follow, so you can see a little bit more of some extra detail. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you about this layout. Again, this is a Scraplift from Stamp with Heart, and I will have my Pinterest board linked below so you can get lots of good inspiration for your own scraplifts. And definitely follow that, and follow me on all my other social media channels so we can connect there and talk about scrappy things on the internet. Bye!